Alright, what do you want to know? Well, it started very early, sort of before I even knew what graphic design was. The earliest thing I can remember is being in primary school, and instead of doing my work, I would draw in my book. And for some weird reason, I'd like to draw logos, but specifically like skate brands. I was obsessed with skate brands, and my book would just be covered in these logos. I don't know, maybe because I couldn't get a set at the time, and I just wanted them. I don't know. I just drew skate brand logos.
Like in high school, I was doing more like trade, TVET, like courses, and because I didn't really know like what to do, I just did that because there's no really other option. It didn't really go too well.
From there, when I got into high school, near not sort of the end, but I was lucky to find a after school class, which was purely more for adults, but I was thinking I was in year 10 at the time.
And like once I did like a work placement at, like for plastering. I think the second day the guy like came up to me and was just like, no, you shouldn't be here. Like he said that to me, like right to my face, and I sort of knew that this wasn't for me. And then after high school, like I just still didn't really know what like I wanted to do.
That's sort of where it really began for me. Had a pretty cool teacher, and he sort of had pirated copies of the Adobe suite. So, you know, back in those days, you know, you could copy it and install it on your computer. So he just gave everyone in our class a free copy, and I just from there started using those programs and just getting involved. And I sort of already knew from then, from that, like those classes, that's what I wanted to do. And then going through high school, you know, realizing that, you know, I was good at art, but I knew that, well, for me, the reality was that art wasn't going to pay the bills. So design was the next best thing.
I think this is when he was starting like Black Bear Creative, and I think one day he just, it was hard to remember. I think one day he let me try out like the Adobe suite and like just for fun, like just to practice with it. The first time I used it, I just really enjoyed like working with it and just learning like the programs like Photoshop and Illustrator and like InDesign.
Went to uni, did all that jazz. Just got into the industry from there. After uni, did a couple of things, worked for a couple of people, and wanted to do something for myself. And here we are. What else do you want to know?